always change it for x because you are solving for x-intercept. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if you want to use n, whatever they're giving, go for it. But in reality, when you graph, it's going to be where? On the x-axis, because it's called x-intercept. But they will use whatever variable it is, but it makes no difference, right? We have x squared minus 14x, this is, right? Plus 16. Now in this case, the equation is in standard form. And your goal was to set it this way. You have ax squared plus bx and c on the other side. From prior knowledge, what will you do? You minus 16. You subtract 16 from each side. So in other words, you're solving, but a different method. That's all it is. So we'll end up with x squared minus 14x. I'll always leave space because I know I'm going to put something in there. I'm going to squeeze something in there, right? Now it's in the form of ax squared plus bx is equal to c. That's the first setup. The second step, we need to identify what is your b term. What is it?
14 divided by 2.
Then I will take negative 14 divided by 2. Then I must do what to it? Square. Whatever I do on one side, I must do it on the other side. Otherwise, the equation is not balanced. And from there on, we just go with it, right? So your next term, you will bring your x squared minus 14x. Then you simplify the parentheses. What is that? Negative 7. I'm going to remind me. I'm going to use that later, right? So you bring your negative 16, negative 7, and you square, right? Whatever we do on one side, we must do it on the other side. So we end up with x squared minus 14x. What is negative 7 squared? It's always a positive number, guys. So that will be 49 here. Then you will have negative 16 plus 49. This side always need to be simplified. In this case, it's easy, it's not a fraction. If it's a fraction, you have to simplify it also. Combining it, right? When you simplify this term, what do you get here?
Positive 33.
This is a 33. And this is where, this is a perfect square trinomial. We want to work it as a binomial sum.
X minus 7.
Exactly, that will be x. This is our reference. That was minus 7, that was goes inside. Then you square it. Some of you will say, what's the negative 40? What's the 49? If you expand it, x minus 7 times x minus 7 is going to stay. Right? You just shrink it, but it is there. And once it's in form, what is the procedure that you do next?
Square.
What do? You don't square it. You take the square out. That's the opposite of square. You take the square out of it, or the principal rule, right? Whatever inside the parenthesis is going to come as is. It's going to come as what? X minus 7 is equal to plus or minus root of 33. In this case, 33 is not a perfect square, or there's no perfect number, no perfect square inside of 33. Right? That would be 3 times 11. 3 is a prime, 11 is a prime. So that you cannot break that radical to simplification. So you just solve for x. How will you solve for x?
Plus 7.
You plus 7. If you are doing the SAC or SCC, that would be the best possible answer without changing it to decimal. And your final answer will have been that. Right? And that's what I want to say. Let's say that was 30, let's say that was 48. I could have found a perfect square inside of 48. I would have break it down, simplify it, right? Before I change it to decimal to know what the approximation is. In this case, this is the perfect answer. Since we are graphing, right, we need to know the value of that. Then we can change that to decimal. Then you can use your calculator to find what square root of 33 is. But for me, this is done. But since you are graphing, you have to go further, right? So you'll have x equal 7, use your calculator, what is the square root of 33? And to the nearest 100, 5 where? 74. Then you get your two answers from there. Does that make sense? And that will be the end of it. If you want to find it, you will have x, 1 is equal, that's 7 plus what? 5.74, then you get an answer. The second one would be 7 minus 5.74, that's how you get your second answer, but will be in decimal value. What would be 7 plus 5.74? That is 12.74, and that will become a 0 since it's in the x-axis, and the other one will be 2.74. Hey, that's one.
26.
1.26 or 0.26? 1.26. So he's using his head. No calculator. And you done. Cut.